Are you someone who is really hard on yourself? Do you find yourself beating yourself up when you make a mistake? Or being hypercritical of the way you handle a situation? What if I told you that your mistakes were actually not mistakes at all, but actually the keys to your success? Maybe your mistake, maybe your not being perfect is your greatest stepping stone to your success. How do we ultimately embrace these failures and actually see them as stepping stones? That's the question that we're going to dive into for this week's video. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Moon Magic. I'm a hip-hop artist, MC, producer, educator, and professional tarot card reader, aka the Hip-Hop Witch. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to dive into this topic with you all. So let's go ahead and get started. Have you all ever had that feeling where your knees are buckled and your gut is twisted with butterflies, nerves, and you're just absolutely scared, freaked out, nervous, and ultimately just not sure if what you're doing is going to be enough for whatever it is the task is that's in front of you? I want to invite you all to join me in this vision right now. You're about to go onto a big audition. And right before you go onto the stage, you feel those knees buckle. And as you're getting on the stage, you walk onto the stage, but you still feel the shaking in your legs. In that moment, did you fail? Did you fail at this audition because as you're walking on that stage, the nerves are overcoming you? And you can't help but feel you could have done better had you not been nervous, shaking, and afraid. I feel like everybody has had that happen once before in their life. And maybe you can relate to that feeling where you're really waiting for an opportunity, or maybe the opportunity just happens to come and you get super excited about it. Whether it's an audition like this vision suggested, or whether it's trying out for your favorite sports team, or maybe it's just the nerves of having a social interaction that you don't really know exactly how it went from the other person's perspective. You may think to yourself after all the things you could have done to better prepare for that moment in hindsight. I had this saying as I grew up that the things that I was afraid of the most were the opportunities I knew I had to take. Usually if the opportunity freaked me out and I was super nervous about it and scared to do it, I knew that it was an opportunity that was most likely going to be life-changing. Now, of course, disclaimer, I'm not talking about doing anything that puts you into physical danger. And obviously, discernment is key here. But I'm talking about those opportunities that you know you've been waiting for, dreaming of, and then the moment they come, you don't know what happens, but this fear and these nerves and that anxiety just takes over your entire body where you're unable to think rationally or make a decision or feel empowered to move forward. I know I can definitely relate to this feeling in my own personal experience, even when it just comes to everyday, daily interactions with friends and being out in social situations as someone who has a lot of social anxiety. And every time I come onto my YouTube channel, every time I go out for a show, or just simple conversations that I may have with friends, I am face to face with having to overcome these fears and this anxiety and challenged to continue working through my fears of failure and rejection. Now, I think to be afraid of failure and rejection is a completely normal human trait. And I think many of us also find ourselves looking back on these opportunities and beating ourselves up because maybe we felt like we didn't embrace the opportunity and take advantage of it as much as we could because we failed in our eyes, or beating ourselves up mentally and thinking about every little piece of that opportunity in that situation where you could have done or said things differently. Maybe we just say the wrong things, or it just may seem like you never can figure out blank. Whatever that blank is for you that you are working towards or feeling like is an obstacle for you being able to fully take advantage of whatever opportunity is in front of you when it does come. In this place, we are left feeling disempowered, alienated, and oftentimes consumed by feelings of depression and possibly even a sense of loss of knowing how to continue. It may have you question your own sense of self, your own self-confidence, your own self-worth, and so on. So what can you do? There is this old saying I'm sure all of you have heard of: you can't really know what you know until you know it. Well, that's definitely true. One of the best things you can do in this situation is be prepared. But there are some things in life that no matter how prepared you are, you can never be really prepared for, such as loss and grief and the other disappointments that may come with life. So you get into an argument with someone, or you mess up an opportunity that you've been waiting for, an interview, an audition, the chance to work with someone you've been dreaming of working with, because when the situation arises, you just don't know how to handle it in the way that is necessary for you to be successful in that given situation. So did you fail? Are you a failure? Of course, for this to ultimately work, you have to look at those mistakes as learning opportunities. As long as you learn a lesson from the mistake that you're able to implement the next time you're faced against that situation, then possibly it's not a mistake at all, but rather a lesson that brings you one step closer to the future you are headed towards. It's perfectly normal for these things to take time. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't figure it out the first time. Or maybe you have to learn this lesson quite a few times before it actually becomes integrated as a part of who you are. What if the truth is that you're too hard on yourself? Or what if these failures are actually stepping stones to your success, but they're just waiting for you to embrace them? What if your friends love you so much that this disagreement doesn't end your friendship, but instead is an opportunity to deepen your connection with one another, and both of you walk away with a gained perspective? What if you didn't mess up that opportunity to get that job, but instead you succeeded in adding to the cultivation of the self-confidence, wisdom, and resilience that will be a seemingly endless well that comes intuitively to your future self as a result of your quote-unquote failure right now? Many incredible, talented people and accomplished individuals did not become who they were by never messing up, making a mistake, or failing. There are plenty of YouTube videos that highlight different famous and talented individuals who first failed or may have failed many, many times before succeeding on whatever it is that they are known for today. For example, Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job and told that she had no place in television. Michael Jordan was also famously cut from his basketball team in high school. And the list goes on and on and on. No success story happens overnight. And the same is true with yours. Trust your path, trust your journey, trust where you are headed to, and trust that you have the tools necessary to get there. So the next time you think that you failed, maybe, just maybe, this failure is actually the stepping stone to your success, to deeper connection, to greater love, and to so much more. Maybe your mistake and you not being perfect is actually what's leading you exactly where you need to be, to become the person that you need to be, to become prepared in the way that you most need to learn whatever the lessons are that you need to learn, and to build that never-ending resilience to succeed in your goals. So how might you embrace life differently if you were to embrace these failures as stepping stones to your success? So let me know what you think down below. If this video resonated, drop a comment down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share a personal story. You never know when you sharing your journey and what has helped you might help to inspire someone else. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Take care of yourselves, be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.